morning, you guys, and welcome back. I lost all of my footage from the move, the final day of the move, and the first 2 weeks living here. All of that footage, hours and hours, I lost it. I have it, but it won't come off my card. I don't know. I'm having some issue that I've spent way too much time on trying to figure it out. So I've just let it go. I've given up for now for my sanity. I'm running into the issue. If any of you use iMovie and have gone through your whole editing process and get ready to upload, and you get the missing camera icon, and then it said that it couldn't export while it's still trying to access the camera or something like that. I can't remember exactly the prompt. I should know it because I saw it about 1,000,000 times, but my brain is fried. My heart is broken. I had the empty house tour. I had all that filmed. I had, like I said, our last day of our move, a little bit vlog style in there. I had our vacation to Arizona and California in there, and it was altogether about 5 hours of footage that I had condensed down into like a 50-minute video. So if you do this as a hobby, you completely understand how heartbreaking that is. The video is there. I can see everything. I've copied it. I've made multiple copies of it. And then now my computer is telling me that it's out of disk space. The disk is full. So I am so not techie, and this is so frustrating to me. But I've done truly everything that I know to do. I've looked on YouTube. I've done research. I've done everything that I can possibly do at this point. So I've pretty much given up. So all that to say, we're in the new house, yay! And we're enjoying it so much. I still have a lot to do. We dropped our stuff. Let's see. Dropped our stuff on a Sunday afternoon, and then our funding, everything went through Monday afternoon. And so we were free to, on Sunday, we put our stuff in the garage because everything wasn't final yet, but I only had Jason's help on that Sunday. So thankfully the builder agreed to let us put our stuff in when we had the big truck and it was loaded and all that, and I had muscle. So on that day, Jason and I and a couple of our dear friends brought everything over to the new house and left it in the garage. And then from there, Jason had to work. So Monday we went and signed our papers and everything. Everything was done and official. And then it took us, I want to say, the next 4 days of truckload after truckload of just the little piddly stuff that didn't fit on the truck, going back and forth from the old house to the new house and just bringing everything over. And slowly, that was just such a long process. It was so flippin' hot. Of course, here we are. It's end of September at that time. And it was like hotter than you would ever imagine. Anyway, it was so freaking hot. But we got it done. And then we slept here a couple nights. I think we slept here 3 or 4 nights. And then hopped on a plane for our trip to Arizona. And y'all, beautiful wedding that we attended. It was so wonderful and perfect. But I was like a zombie. I was like sleepwalking through that whole vacation. So tired. And if you've seen my previous videos, you know that we did not plan on buying a home and moving and everything. It happened so fast. Like, I honestly didn't think it was going to work out. I saw this home and was like, I told the realtor that was working with my parents at the time, I'm like, well, let's see, let's look at this on paper and see if it even makes sense, and like, what's our equity and this and that and the other thing. And I truly just did not think it was going to work out. And so I was like, kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But like, at the same time, I didn't want my heart to be broken if this didn't work out because this is literally our dream property, and it's our dream. It's not the dream that everybody has, but we just wanted a little bit more room. We didn't want, a surplus of acreage, but we wanted an acre here or there, where our neighbors aren't like right on top of us, where nobody is going to build behind us. And as I'm filming this right now, I'm watching out. Our dining room is like a picture window, and I'm just watching the leaves fall and just appreciating this. It's overwhelming to me, the gratitude that I feel for being able to purchase this home at this time of life. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. So we put all our eggs in this basket, and we're feeling so blessed and so just so grateful. And in the video that I lost, I had kind of walked you all around the property and showed you, but we'll get to that, friends. We'll have plenty of time to share all of that with you as we work out what kind of landscaping we want to put out here and just all of the things. So, but we're here, we're settling in super slowly, made it through our vacation, wedding, Disneyland for 3 days. Got some fun pictures, and I didn't get out my camera too much because, like I said, I was just like a zombie and just feeling physically just completely drained, to the point where the second day of our trip, I really don't even remember a thing about it. And I know we had fun. I know we were doing our best to not be cranky and at each other's throats, but there were moments, and even just unpacking here at the house so far, there have been moments where I've been really needing to rest and sleep instead of unpacking another box and trying to figure out organization. And but my sweet husband has handled me with care and love and patience, and he just keeps reminding me, we're here forever. You have forever to do this, so stop stressing out and just find the joy along the way. So that's what I'm trying to do. It is hard because I am a go-getter. When I have my mind set on something, I will get it done, and my body has not been on board and my brain has not been on board. So I've unpacked things and put them where I think I want them, and then I'm like, why did I do that? That's not even what I had envisioned for that space or whatever. So I am committed now to slowing down and enjoying the process. And I just want to take in this autumn season here in this home. I wish you could all come over and just sit here at the table with me and have a cup of coffee and just watch these leaves fall. Man, the things that it does for my heart and soul, I can't even tell you. Our God knows what he is doing, absolutely. And these little moments where I'm getting to enjoy all of this, I understand deeply that these come straight from him, and he allows these things, and I just feel overwhelmed with gratitude that he would love me like this. So to give me this home to call my own, in this space, in this beauty that we are surrounded by, his creation, it blesses my heart. So I hope that you forgive me that it's been so long that I've been able to post anything. It's just real life around here. I do this as a hobby. I don't do this to gain followers or to make money or anything like that. I just enjoy it, and so I want to continue to enjoy it. That's why I said whatever to the missing footage. It is what it is. We lived it, we experienced it, and I will continue to kind of bring you along as I finish up unpacking. I still have lots and lots of boxes to unpack. Every room is like in a state of, I don't really know what to do in here. I need to remember to tell you because I've said it once before, but I don't have that footage anymore. But we've had to scale back tremendously on large pieces of furniture that we had that I thought I was going to have forever. I'm talking about my most favorite pieces they've got to go. The one that I was most concerned about the dresser that ended up being in my bedroom, it fits, but it takes up so much space that now I'm like rethinking, like, yes, it's a favorite and I would really rather not part with it, but it just really doesn't work in there. And so I've had it in there now for about a week, and I've just been looking at it like, am I going to keep it? Am I going to sell it? I went nuts yesterday and posted a bunch of furniture on Facebook Marketplace and made over $400 just in a couple of hours, basically just getting rid of excess things that we cannot use in this house. So things that I'm like, I hate to part with it, but at the same time, like the potential and the progress and all the things that can be done in this new space, it just excites me. So having a couple bucks to put toward that budget, or just to save and use for, you know, an upcoming trip or whatever, that was a blessing that I didn't know we were gonna have. So I've freed up a lot of space with excess pieces now being sold and gone and out of the way. And I'm so excited to get the guy out here to mount the TV over the fireplace, though, spoiler alert, it's gonna be ugly. It is what it is. Dudes live here, and right now they've got 2 TVs set up in the living room so that they can watch all the football and baseball at the same time, which, you know, whatever floats their boat. And they've been having a great time. So, but the guy is supposed to be out here tomorrow to mount the TV. We are supposed to have our new refrigerator delivered tomorrow as well. So things will start coming together, you know, just that much more as we get things, you know, the main components in place. And then I'll start to figure out more of the decor and how things feel in here. And another big piece of furniture that we're not sure about keeping is our dining table and chairs. Jason doesn't like this dining table at all. The chairs are, it's cheap stuff. It's like Ashley furniture. And not that that's, you know, super cheap, but just as far as like, it's not forever pieces is what I mean by that. Like these aren't like solid wood, anything. It's just serving, basically right now it just is a placeholder. It's like, it's staged, but he doesn't love that quality for the long haul. So we may be sooner than later looking for another dining table situation, though this one fits in here perfectly and it doesn't look bad at all. So I'm like, it's kind of one of the last things on my list, but it's higher up on his list because he thinks it feels kind of rickety and he just doesn't like that. So anyway, we'll get there. But things like that we've been, we haven't been here long enough to know for sure yet what we want to do with so many things. But again, all that to say, this is a super long intro. I don't know what we're going to do in this video. Probably just going to keep milling around the house. My bed is not put together in my bedroom. My whole bedroom situation is likely going to be different than it is now. A source of contention for the whole family has been that I did not bring in the big puffy ottoman that goes with our couch because I didn't want it in here. I just don't want it in here. And everybody's complaining because it's so comfortable. And I have a beautiful coffee table that looks so good in there. And I would love to have that, the decorator side of me. I want to use my beautiful, expensive coffee table, and it looks amazing. And so aesthetically, it's floating my boat, but everyone else is like, dude, can we please just have the ottoman back? It's so much more comfortable. So I almost sold it this morning. And at the last minute, I was like, I better not. I'm going to just tick everybody off if I do that. So I don't know still what I'm going to do about the ottoman situation. It is nice to have for comfort, but it also is a beast, and it takes up the whole flippin' floor of the living room. So we'll see, but stay tuned for that. That might be, we might be duking that one out a little bit longer as a family, but for now it's safely nestled in the garage and the spiders are enjoying it. So there's that. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking and we're going to get into this video. I'm probably going to just walk around the house and look for things to do, and I'll bring you along with me and you can see kind of the progress that I've made. I'm so irritated that I lost all that footage of all the work that I had been doing over the last week or so with unpacking and the pantry. I unpacked all the pantry and recorded all of that. That was a couple hours. I'm going to have to get over it, y'all. Let's go. ADHD kicks in and I'm outside. There was so much to do inside that I was like, just forget it. I couldn't focus. I didn't know what I wanted to do anywhere. And the front porch had just become kind of a dumping zone for all the outdoor things. And I was like, I just want to go out there and start looking at what I have and seeing if there's anything I want to get rid of. Obviously, I don't need 5 different welcome signs on the front porch. So since it is just a couple weeks away from Halloween, I thought I will go ahead and put a few things out. I didn't want to go over the top. Jason had already put the bulk of the Halloween decorations, like for the yard and things, up in the attic. So these were just some of the things that I had out, and some of the new things that I had gotten. The wicker spiders are so cute. They are pretty much just sitting just like that still. It was just easy, and I don't want to put any holes in the brick just yet, or figure out a way to hang those up. The chairs are too big and bulky for this tiny little front porch space, but I've got an idea. I think I might try spray painting them like a creamy white and just see if I want to keep them. And if not, I'll just sell them on Facebook Marketplace. That's pretty easy to do around here. They'll get snagged up in no time. And then I can figure out if I want to put a different like little conversation set or rocking chairs, just whatever, on the front porch space. But for now, I just grabbed out a couple of the things that I had for Halloween and styled a cute little corner, and we'll see how that goes over the next couple weeks. Alright, enough fussing out here. I removed one of the chairs. I think I like it better, just one. It felt too scrunched up with both chairs over here. So we are going to leave this alone. A couple spiders. I wanted to put some like up on the brick, maybe later. I am needing to move on and do some other things now, so let's go to the other side of the house. Jason set this up a few days ago. I thought it was cute. Just a cute little welcoming fall stack of pumpkins. The leaves are falling. Watering basically, not really for the grass, but just to keep the dust down. This sod is so crappy, and so we're just trying to keep the dust down, because every time we walk around here, you can see it's like just tracking all kinds of dust into the house. So that's why we are watering a little bit before it gets super hot today. We have lacrosse in a little bit, so we get to go sit out in the 90+ degree weather a couple more times before it decides to actually be fall and cool down for us. I gotta work on these, get them ready to overwinter. They've been completely neglected in this move. Well, even before the move. I can't blame the move for everything, but this one doesn't look quite as bad. But they definitely need some attention. I'm going to try to get them in the ground. This is the time in the fall. And I want to put them on the other side of the house where the air conditioner unit is. So let me show you where that is. Some of this is doing okay. Some of it's looking a little bit parched. But I thought they would get good sun on this side of the house. Somewhere over here. I don't know about digging around any of this, so I will consult someone before I do it, but they could also go back here somewhere. They could go back here somewhere, but I think we may be adding on here. We may be pouring another pad and then extending the patio and then doing a louvered pergola over this spot. I'm kind of obsessed with that idea at the moment, so I don't want to necessarily put anything in the ground. But they could do well right here by this window, and they could do well over here. I think right here in this spot they could do well. I just don't want them growing into our window view, but they could be pretty right there. Or they could go out here outside of our bedroom. So there are options. I don't know that they would get enough sun over here, so this needs to be kind of a low light plant area, because they would only get sun in the later in the day and in the evening. So, and I'm pretty sure hydrangeas need a good amount of full sun during the day. So our best bet would be, this might be a little too much, but probably on the other side of the house if I can figure out that situation. But yeah, and then I think we might pour extra driveway pad here, and then future plans for like a workshop or something for Jason on this side of the yard. Let me go this way and then point out. So we would extend into a shop somewhere back here where it doesn't interfere with our view at all. And then we've discussed chickens and garden and things like that. Fire pit away from the house. And then also our daughter wants to get married out here next year. So with the trees as the backdrop, like facing the trees, and then audience out in the yard. It's hard to envision that at the moment with the yard being so gross looking. But I think in in due time this will be a lot more lush and green, and there's potential. So, but yeah, lots and lots of potential out here. And we have basically into that line of trees, our property goes down a hill into a creek. It's a dry creek. It's like a ravine runoff. So it's not buildable down there, but we can definitely build like a fire pit or put chickens or whatever we want back there on the back end of the property. So there's a lot more space than we even realized. And when we got our survey, we were like, oh wow, we can do something with that. So that's exciting. We have worked and worked and worked in this garage, and this is as far as we've gotten. So, but actually this is quite a bit of progress. There's a lot of stuff that just gets set to the side because we're like, okay, we'll deal with that later. We'll deal with that later. This ottoman is going to get destroyed if we don't decide, get it in the house or sell it. This is all pillows and pillow inserts. Like, how many bags? Way too many that were just shoved in our attic space in the old house. I've got to get rid of them. I don't need them. I don't need any of them really. And then Jason worked really hard getting his gym sort of put back together over here, and he's actually been working out already. This whole situation, that's a TV up there from the old garage. I don't know if we're gonna put a TV out here. This was his work shelf for his like demos and other things that he needed to store for work. And it's just now a catch-all for whatever after we moved over here. This is driving me insane, you guys. I cannot function like this, but it's temporary. It's just going to take work. It's been so hot that this has been like, I can't wrap my mind around doing anything about it right now. Honestly, it's going to have to stay like this until it's cool and I can focus and work. This has been our only refrigerator. It works just fine. It's ugly, but it works just fine. And then we've got just random crap and just, I mean, it's just what it is. The treadmill needs to go over there somewhere once this is all handled. And there's some Christmas stuff that I was like, don't put it in the attic because we're just going to have to get it out, right? So a little bit of Christmas stuff here. And most of those boxes are his work pamphlets and things that he needs to put on that shelf that I just showed you. So we will, in the next couple weeks, be able to get the truck in here. It's just a matter of get this weather cooled down and get this stuff moved out of the way. Oh, the entry space. This sat like this for way too long, and I just am so sad. I had to get rid of my beautiful green cabinet. But at least it went to my bestie, so it's at her house, and I will be able to look at it whenever I feel sad and needing to see it. There was no place in this house that it would fit. You see here how deep it is, and it just, every place that I was going to try to keep it in, it's just not going to work. That's the kind of difficult side of downsizing. You're downsizing, and it's not just the space inside the house, but like the size of my furniture and just things like that I kind of knew that before we got over here, that it was going to be a challenge, but to have to part with things like that I just, like, when I found, when I found that piece, I just fell in love with it. And I don't know, I thought there's going to be a way, where there's a will, there's a way. And I thought I'll find a spot for it. There will be a spot for it. I'll just have to live in the house for a while and figure it out. And no, there was truly just nowhere that it could go, unless I wanted to give up my big dresser in my bedroom that I'm not going to give up. That piece won out over this one, so that one's just way more functional for a bedroom space. This one is perfect for if you just have a spot where it's not going to take up too much space. You can see here, like, even in that spot, this entry is not tiny, but yeah, it's just kind of, it's the depth of this piece, not the width, but the depth of it that is not conducive to this home. So she's a beauty, but my bestie will get to enjoy her now, and I'm happy about that. Like I mentioned earlier, we had lacrosse that afternoon, so I needed to get everybody fed before I was going to be gone until evening time, basically. So I thought, well, we had some leftover chips from Moe's Southwest Grill, and I was like, let's do something with those. So I just grabbed some chicken breast and thought, let's do some chicken nachos. And I just threw those together, and I thought, well, I'll record it and finish out this video with just some real life happenings around the house. So I hope you enjoy it. I just did whatever seasonings I felt like would be good on the chicken breast. I think I used in this one a package of like mojito lime marinade, which I would usually grill that chicken. So that part of it was a little bit different because I think it really does need that grilled flavor, a little bit of that char on it in order for that marinade packet to be like at its best. But nonetheless, the nachos turned out really good. I just layered them with whatever cheese I had. In this case, I had a little bit of Colby Jack and mozzarella, and I just used what we had on hand. I layered them up with cheese, some black beans, and the chicken, and it turned out pretty good. We were fed before lacrosse and didn't have to worry about eating again until dinner time. And I think that night, actually, we left lacrosse and went straight to Red Robin. So again, it's just real life. And I hadn't baked anything in our new oven yet. So it was kind of good for me to see how the broiler worked and all that. And I haven't set up any of the smart features on the new appliances, so I do need to look at that here pretty soon. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm just going to continue to kind of share stuff like this, where it's more of like a excuse me, it's more of like a get it all done day in the life sort of thing, where until I can really start to schedule and plan out particular video topics and content, it's just going to be like this. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Remember, if you liked this video, to give it a thumbs up. If you want to continue to follow along this journey of us settling in our new home and all the things happening in life, please consider subscribing and maybe even sharing. And I think that's just going to do it for this one, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.